Hey, soul friends, I am doing something new for the weekly transformational opportunities for April 14th through the 20th. What a week ahead. My goodness, we've got Mercury moving into Aries, Mars moving into Leo. We're moving into Taurus season. We're moving. Are you ready to move forward? Anyway, let's see how this works out. I'm actually away doing an outdoor nature immersion retreat, or helping my husband do that. So this is the first opportunity I had to sit down and record something. And yeah, what are you feeling? What are you noticing? We've got a lot of activity around purpose and getting aligned with our destiny, and really finding those breakthrough opportunities to reignite what you love, what you're passionate about. And definitely, this is the move forward week. There's a lot of, it's just a beautiful week. I feel it feels inspiring. It feels impassioned. It feels empowering. It feels like that tipping point to choose yourself, choose your passion, get to the bottom of where you've been blocked. We start the week with a moon in Scorpio, and it's trine Mars. And, maybe something's really been blocking you, and you're able to put this Scorpio energy of the great delver, get to the bottom of it, towards whatever's been blocking you or bothering you or needs to be transformed. And so you're getting to the bottom of things, and you're also staying really committed to it, to the project you're on, to whatever you're working with. This feels like a real push day, and in a way that's transformational. You remember, we're in rebirthing times, and so whatever project you need to get finished and stay with it, stay committed, or whatever that block has been unconsciously, you really stay there and get to the root of that. Maybe do some shadow work on this day, or maybe it's the last push for you to get your taxes done. Okay. All right. So Tuesday, April 15th, moon still in Scorpio. So I like to mention where the moon is because it's just a very easy way to track. I call it soul tracking. Notice how you feel, notice what's happening. Of course, when I talk about the intuitive astrology, my intuitive take anyway, is I'm talking about the collective transits. I'm talking about the general possibilities, but you want to look at your own natal chart. And if you need help knowing how to do that, you can request a free 20-minute consultation with me. I'll help you, guide you to your own chart and your own ability to look at that. Or you could book a full session and we can go over your chart together. Anyway, and then, put it in your journal. Notice, okay, Victoria said moon's in Scorpio. What was going on? What was I noticing? What was my mood? Where was my focus? And, what house is that happening, right? So that's a simple way. And then I will cover a few other aspects. I only have a little bit of time. So I'm just going to do sort of top of the trees here. But, and by the way, welcome to my channel, as I'm just doing an audio recording. I welcome you. This channel is really from my heart to yours, committed to offering transformational processes, opportunities, talking about all things soul, symbology, the symbolic language of astrology, dream work, all those things. So, because I believe I believe the philosophy that we are souls having a human experience. So I'm just here to help guide you. I'm your soul guide, getting you through those, push times, those grow times, and those wonderful, immersed in your soul potential times, right? Okay. So Tuesday, April 15th, we have the moon is still in Scorpio, but it's going to move into Sagittarius about 7:37 p.m. And this is Pacific time. So make note of the time, make note of what you notice. I mean, for me, I really can feel when the moon shifts. I'm very tuned into the moon. So when the moon shifts out of a sign into the next sign, it feels different. So from a moon from Scorpio to Sag, it's like the depth, or the penetrating gaze into your life and what's going on and where you're obsessing about things to be better, shifts to like, okay, I'm good. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next adventure. And so there's, Sagittarius is a fire sign. It puts a little bit of passion in us and stimulates that adventurer, the philosopher in us, right? Okay, and then also on Tuesday the 15th, this is one of those big shifts. Mercury enters Aries. So Mercury entering Aries from moving out of Pisces, we're more dreamy, wishy-washy, kind of in the fog, not knowing what should I do. Well, Mercury moving into Aries is like, you're going to know what to do. You're going to feel like, okay, I got it. I know the action I need to take. I know the conversation I need to have. I know exactly what I want to say, right? Also, when Mercury moves into Aries, it makes a conjunction to Neptune, but that's going to be exact on the 16th, but we feel it on the 15th. We feel it this week. And that is, it's really putting some thought into your dreams, your vision, really speaking. You might have been holding yourself back, afraid of hurting someone else or being hurt yourself with Mercury in Pisces. But Mercury in Aries is like, I don't care. This conversation needs to happen, or I need to say this. I need to do this. So you're thinking a lot about ways maybe you held yourself back. Now's the time to move forward with writing, with communication, just being bold in your communication. Okay, so Wednesday. I'm sorry, where am I here? Okay, Wednesday the 16th. That's when Mercury enters Aries. You should see my notes. I did this on because I'm in the middle of the woods. I don't have my computer. I just had to write all this stuff down, and I usually type my notes, but this is my writing, and hopefully I can translate it for you. All right, so let's go to Thursday, April 17th. This is really a wow day. This is, the whole week is building, igniting us, bringing passion, and getting us back in a position. Maybe we fell back. Maybe you fell back and you gave up, and you were like, no, I'm giving up on that dream. I don't think that's going to happen. But this day, so Mars enters Leo. Mars, we have been in this journey with Mars and Cancer, which has been, maybe has stirred up like old resentments, old family issues, or just some angst, I think. And I didn't know where to go with that. And now with Mars in Leo, it knows where it wants to take you. It wants to have you reclaim your rightful place in your life, center stage of your story. Mars in Leo is like, you know what? It's about honoring who you are, honoring your gifts, honoring what you have to contribute, and taking action, and really knowing you're worthy, and just feel into the passion and the boldness. And it's about creative expression too. Really think about art projects, writing projects. This week is perfect for that. Reigniting old projects that are creative or expression, or starting that book back up, writing your book, or going for anything that's creative, picking up the guitar if you wanted to do that, all of that. Okay, and so also Mars enters Leo, trining Neptune. Again, this is driving dreams forward. This is ready to move forward. Take the action. You're worth it. Really, I always think of Leo as like royalty, like you're the queen of your life. Take the role of the queen. What would a queen do? What would you do? So empowered, knowing your worth. What would you do differently, right? And then on this day also we have Moon opposite Jupiter. So this is, Moon is that emotional connection, and maybe opposite Jupiter. So Jupiter expands whatever it's in conversation with. So all of the emotions about all that you love, all you're passionate about. And I was feeling into this earlier. It's like whatever you've had sorrow or regret about, Jupiter's going to expand that too. But think about, okay, what's the healing now? What, instead of being in sorrow, where can you turn your sorrows into your successes, right? And let Jupiter buoy you up to do that. Expand the potential in you and what you still desire, and let that guide you forward in some way. So Friday the 18th, Moon enters Capricorn, and that's at 7:12 p.m. So when Moon moves into Capricorn, it's like, okay, the party's over. Let's get serious. Take responsibility for where you are at and where you want to be. And so Moon in Capricorn on this Friday and through the weekend is, like just being responsible, getting things in order, all the things you've been wanting to do, you're passionate about. Put a practical plan of action. Create some boundaries, create some structure. how do you bring this to fruition? All that you've been dancing with all this week, like you got excited. Oh, I want this. I want that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go there. Make a list. Let Moon and Capricorn help build the way forward. Okay, and so Saturday the 19th, again, still Capricorn Moon. This is when the Sun enters Taurus. So happy birthday season, my soul friends that are Taurus. It's your season, your solar return, your time you arrived on the planet, and it's your personal new year. So enjoy and drop a comment letting me know when your actual birth date is so I can give you a personal wish. And so we will be in Taurus season from April 19th until May 20th. Taurus season is about grounding in all that you dream, all that you're desiring in practical ways. Think about, planting the seeds of possibilities. And it's about slowing down, getting out in nature, being connected to your own nature, and really recognizing that the things that you desire, we got to trust the slow process to get there, practical, step by step. But really, this is about claiming worth, value, honoring yourself, honoring your life, honoring, everything that you have. I think about Taurus, about grounding into the practical reality, and maybe even with some gratitude. This is my life. This is where I live. This is who I am. And building self-worth from there. Instead of the wish I had or wish I was, build your self-worth, ground it into what is, right where you are. Okay, Sunday the 20th, and this is Capricorn still until 4:22 p.m. And again, if I didn't say it already, Pacific time, adjust accordingly to where you are. But this is, the moon's in Capricorn, it's the last quarter moon. This is where, we're completing some things where, we went from the culmination point of the full moon where things were revealed, and or we can, we got a revealing look at where we're at, where we want to be. And it's like, we can say the cycles of the moon. The full moon is like when the flower is in full bloom, or the fruit on the trees. And then you've arrived, you've grown the potential of whatever your intention was, or it didn't work out and you know what you need to do differently. So the last quarter moon is like when all the seeds go back to the earth, or it's just kind of going back into the almost darkness, right? Like, so it can go back into visioning, go back to potential, go back to preparing for when we get into the new moon. We move from the darkness into the light, right? So it's a time of reflection. What hasn't been working? What could work better? Especially with that moon in Capricorn. Really, Capricorn just really wants to help you improve your life, do it better next time, but let go of the guilt or the shame or the regret. Just get to work, okay? And then when the moon goes into Aquarius later that day, it's a time to take the practical steps and just take yourself out of the box with them now. Like, okay, I planted the seeds, I've got some structure, I set some boundaries. What unique thing can I grow forward with? What unique way of being do I want to bring forward? What's the future I see with this stability now, grounded and rooted in what you desire, to take it to the highest potential, thinking outside of the box, right? And Sun conjuncts Mars on this day, so there is practical steps with action. Really, I keep seeing like a launching, like a rocket launching, but it's like a spurt of growth on that day, because as long as you've taken responsibility, created some plan of action, and are honoring your worth, this could be a huge growth spurt happening on the 20th. Like some big thing you've been waiting for finally shifts. Like it's like, or you're shown the way forward. And I just want to wrap up here to say that this week is being shown the way forward, feeling excited to move forward, feeling empowered to move forward, feeling connected to your passion, your vision, your dreams, all good stuff. This is a great, great week. So I would say journal every day, check in with yourself, ask what's the next practical step. What have you been dreaming of What have you been visioning for? What goals have you had on hold that you want to take action for? But empower yourself. Feel like you are the queen, the leading lady of your story. Or man, sorry. I do have some men that listen, but mostly women. And just, I'll leave you with this question. Embodying yourself, and that's really with Taurus season, we embody all that we've been working on. Embody your worth, embody your sense of purpose, and really nurturing skills to nurture your potential forward. I think of Taurus and Cancer as the nurturers. So nurturing your potential forward, but really just being with yourself in a whatever pace feels best on each day. And the way to do that is put your hand over your heart and just check in. What's my energy level? What am I called to? What am I drawn to? What are the practical steps? And just think about this. You're growing your potential. It doesn't happen in one day. We're going to have the spurt on the 20th, but it's everyday mindful choices, conscious choices in the direction of what your soul desires. And one last thing, as we move into Taurus season, it's the perfect time to see yourself as the sacred gardener of your soul. Okay, I hope this makes sense. Let me know what you think about having just an audio. I'll tell you what, it feels more comfortable for me. I feel like I'm just freestyling without having to worry about the camera. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for being with me. Take good care. Drop a comment. Subscribe if you haven't. And let me know if I can be of support. Take good care. Until next time. Bye.